Hi, this is your host, while researching for an upcoming video about endangered birds. I found myself wondering how the heck albatrosses can fly so far without ever landing. The huge flightless birds can be found soaring around the world's oceans, and some species can stay airborne for years at a time. That got me thinking, how do they do it? I mean, even the prospect of never touching down for a nap sounds kind of exhausting. But while speaking with experts for that other video, I learned that albatrosses have some tricks up their feathered sleeves to help them stay aloft for so long. Let's take a look at what they are. Albatrosses are seabirds in the family Diomedei, and although they're called birds, depending on the species, they can be downright enormous. With a wingspan reaching up to 11 feet, their bodies are also pretty big, ranging between 26 and 39 inches long. Some of them weigh more than 22 pounds. So it makes sense that they spend so much time in the air. It would take a lot of energy to get all that bird up off the ground in the first place. So staying airborne is the way to go, but it still got me wondering how they do it. How do they keep going without stopping to rest or refuel? The answer, as it so often is, has to do with their wings. When you think of a bird flapping its wings, you probably imagine it doing so in a regular rhythm like this. But albatrosses don't fly like that. Instead, they use something called dynamic soaring to ride seemingly invisible currents of air and only flap their wings about 10 times per minute. Which means they don't expend much energy flapping, can literally go from one ocean to another without flapping. But that got me even more curious because I could unwrap my head around how they could stay airborne at all, let alone for months at a time. To learn how these birds pull it off, I spoke with Emily Berg, an assistant professor of biology at the University of Nebraska at Omaha who studies albatrosses. As it turns out, albatrosses take advantage of something called wind convergence. Imagine you're standing in a field and the wind hits you from one direction. If the wind coming from another direction hits you at the same time, you might fall over because the wind is converging on you from two sides. Well, air masses work the same way. When they collide, they can cause each other to rise up, creating giant columns of rising air called thermals, or, in the case of the albatross, dynamic soaring. Air currents. These currents form above ocean surfaces where two different air masses meet, such as when cold air from the north encounters warm air from the equator, or when land heats up and cools down faster than the ocean, creating a current of rising air. And albatrosses are perfectly adapted to take advantage of these currents. While most birds have stiff, rigid wings, albatross wings are more flexible. They can bend and twist in midair to catch more wind, helping them gain altitude. What's more, their center of mass is right above their wings, which helps keep them balanced as they twist and turn. Finally, their skeletons are lightweight, thanks to several adaptations that make it easier for them to stay airborne. For example, they have no collarbone. While most birds have 14 tail vertebrae, albatrosses only have 9. All of these adaptations together make it possible for the albatross to stay in the air for as long as their S-wind. In fact, the wandering albatross holds the current record for the longest continuous flight. One individual nicknamed Lucky was tracked by scientists in 2005 and was found to have flown continuously for 359 days without touching down. Wow. So the next time you see an albatross soaring overhead, just remember that it may have been airborne longer than you've been alive. Speaking of things you can see, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, be sure to tune in next time to learn about some strange ways animals get their food.